Wow, everyone, I can't believe I finally made it on board the Galactic Starcruiser. This place is everything I would ever hope for in a Star Wars themed hotel. It's amazing. And I have also misled you. No, of course, this is a green screen. I'm, of course, in my home. I'm not actually on the Galactic Starcruiser. And this isn't even a clicker. This is a pen. I am a master of illusion. Okay, obviously I haven't been to the Galactic Starcruiser yet. It's a really high price and it's really far away. But it's not all bad, okay? I think the Galactic Starcruiser is a pretty good improvement for themed entertainment experiences, mainly for hotels, but also for Disney in general. But it's got some bad to go along with the good. I think they locked away some of the things that were promised for the original Galaxy's Edge behind a paywall, and some of the experiences on there just do not hold up at all. Lightsaber training specifically looks very disappointing to me. But I'm here to make the best out of a bad situation, right? I think there are ways we can make visits to the Starcruiser worth it. I posed a challenge to someone a couple videos ago to go to Epcot and ride Living with the Land during your excursion to Batuu and make it back in time to get back on the Halcyon. No one has followed through on that challenge yet, but I'm here today to raise you not another challenge, but a way to make your visit worth it. A way to make your visit mean something, to get your money's worth. And it's not what you think it's going to be at all. Now, what is the best way you can measure the worthiness of the Starcruiser? Well, you really can't. It comes down to the individual person. For me, it's not worth it, but for some others, it might be. But there is one constant, at least in the United States, one thing that you can use to always determine how much value something has. It's very easy, and it's very attainable to most all people. That's right, friends, I am talking about cold, liquid blue milk from Galaxy's Edge. Now, I like blue milk. I'm what you might call a blue milk enjoyer, okay? I think it tastes really good, but I know there are people out there who don't, and I totally respect that. I made a beeline to the milk stand on the opening day of Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, and it was weird back then, but I've kind of grown used to it. You know, if the Disneyland Mint Julep is Polynesian Village Resort tier, I would say the blue milk is probably S or A tier, probably S tier. It's right below it, but it's fantastic. Can't recommend the blue milk enough. Green milk, I could take it or leave it. Well, now, what does blue milk have to do with the value of the Starcruiser, you're asking me? That's just a drink you can get at Galaxy's Edge. That has nothing to do with what you pay going into the Starcruiser. But au contraire, my friend, you get perks. You get perks for going aboard the Starcruiser, and one of the best perks, one of the most amazing perks that I could possibly ask for is bottomless blue milk. Bottomless. Now, the Galactic Starcruiser is what I like to call most inclusive. It's not all inclusive, you have to pay for alcohol, I believe, but the breakfasts and the dinners, they're included. And included in that inclusion is the blue and green milk that they have on tap. You could fill up your cup with as much blue or green milk as you want. Now, how much does a blue milk go for at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? $8.49, which I'm just gonna go ahead and round up to $8.50 because that's gonna make what's coming later in this video a bit easier. Some of you can see where I'm going with this. Now, all of the food, you know, the blue shrimp that they have for some reason, and the breakfasts, that's included with your admission to the Starcruiser, the $4,800 admission to the Starcruiser. The blue milk is not I mean, it's included, but it's not tied into the price. Again, it's bottomless. You can go back as many times as you want to and get as much blue milk as you want. So the question I raise to you today is, how many blue or green milks do you have to drink, and how often, in order to break even on your $4,809 two-day excursion to the Halcyon? It's gotta be a lot of blue milk, but it's possible, right? You have to be able to split it up into a humanly possible amount. Maybe take 8 hours out for sleep, but if you're truly determined, you don't need sleep. So, picture it. You're sitting down in the cafeteria area, I don't even know what it's called, of the Starcruiser. You get yourself your first blue milk and you down it. $8.50. You down it in a pretty reasonable amount of time, but you're on a mission here, remember? You're trying to break even, but you're not trying to vomit or anything. So let's say one blue milk every 2 minutes. That's fine. You get up after 2 minutes, refill your cup, sit back down. That's another $8.50. And you, my friend, have just paid for 17 of the $4,809 needed to break even.
$8.50, or the price of a blue milk, times 566 is equal to $4,811. $2 more than your admission to the Starcruiser. So there's your answer. You'd have to drink 566 blue milks in order to get your money's worth. Now here comes the fun part. How many hours are in a day? Because I think my record is like 2 in a day. So how many are we gonna have to drink to meet this criteria? See, on day 2, you take an excursion to Galaxy's Edge or Hollywood Studios. Me personally, I would use that time to go watch Muppet Vision. But some people like, riding Rise of the Resistance, so I can understand that. We're just built different, I guess. But the thing is, you can skip the excursion. You do not have to go to Batuu. You can stay on the ship, and ideally, you can keep drinking all those blue milks. Now, I wasn't sure how long people had on the Starcruiser, but Disney supplied this wonderful schedule of how the visit goes. And by the looks of it, we can't start chugging until 2:15 p.m., which is... that's gonna cut into the time a little bit. So from 2:15 p.m. to 8:45 p.m., that's free time, allegedly. I haven't been on the Starcruiser, everyone. I don't know if the blue milk cafeteria shuts down at some point. That's the name of it, by the way. Whenever, or if ever I go, that's what I'm gonna call it. If it's not open the entire time, just throw this video away. So that leaves 6.5 hours to drink half of your 566 blue milks. So you would need to drink 283 cups of this stuff in 6.5 hours. Or 43.5 per hour, or rounding up again, of course, 3/4 of a cup every single minute. Now, would you be losing out on all of the amazing experiences that the Halcyon has to offer? Would you be missing out on the excursion, free lightning lane passes to Rise of the Resistance, or, again, you could watch Muppet Vision? Would you be missing out on Gaia, on the Kylo Ren versus Rey lightsaber fight? Yes. Okay, you would, but you would get your money's worth. And so, as the sun sets on your first day aboard the Halcyon, you may feel sick, but you, my friend, can rest assured knowing that there is plenty more coconut rice drink for you waiting in the cafeteria in the morning. Lafitte! Oh. Oh no. Only 282 more to go. Ugh. Day 2 begins with you journeying down to the Blue Milk Cafeteria in order to get a head start on today's tasks, which include drinking a lot of coconut and rice. No time to shower or get yourself ready though. No, you have a mission and you need to accomplish it within the allotted time slots. Now the great thing about Day 2 is that you don't have to do anything that day. That's just sort of a free day around the ship. It's the day of the excursion. I guess if you wanted to, you could go watch Muppet Vision, but make sure to bring a couple of, with you. You have today from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. to finish your task, which is a lot more time than the first day. Yeah, you'll miss the excursion and all the fun stuff and the dinners and the shows, but you will break even. You will get your money's worth. That's the whole point of this video. I'm trying to make the Starcruiser objectively worth it. And so, as the artificial sun goes behind the artificial hills on the Halcyon, you can smile contently to yourself after having consumed 566 cups of the stuff, knowing that you played the long game and that Disney has nothing on you. You know how to get your money's worth out of an experience. Was it worth it though? Oh, and there's one other thing that I forgot to mention that kind of makes a big difference in this whole calculation that I've been doing. You can bring other people with you. Okay, so you could have that, and then that's half the time, and then half the amount you have to drink, which means that none of this really matters. None of this matters at all, okay? All of those calculations I did were for nothing. Wow, it's a lot of wasted time. I guess what this comes down to is the value really depends on who's buying the product. I guess for people like me, the value is just not there because I can't drink 283 blue milks a day. But for someone who wants to experience the Starcruiser, maybe it's worth the money. And I guess that's the lesson we all need to take home with us today. But there's something missing. If the Galactic Starcruiser has bottomless blue and green milk, and the Blue Bayou has bottomless mint juleps, what do I have to do to get bottomless hippopotami-ties? My only hope is that when Disney builds that DVC wing at the Polynesian Village Resort, they do the right thing. They do the correct and moral thing, and give me bottomless hippopotami-ties. So how do you really make your visit to the Galactic Starcruiser worth it? Well, obviously have the money, but I would definitely study this schedule that I kind of glossed over in this video. It'll tell you what will happen when, and Disney also, this is just like a cheat code for the Galactic Starcruiser. Disney released a web of what can happen on the Starcruiser and what different paths you can take, but that's neither here nor there. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. I'm gonna give it a few more years before I give it a shot, maybe wait for a price drop or see if demand goes down at all, and by then it'll be old news, so I'll go and I'll film it, and you guys will be like, oh, no, we've seen this all before, and nobody will care, and we'll all move on. Either that, or in 2 years, they're gonna rename it to the Walt Disney World Star Wars Resort, expand it, give it a pool, and just call it a day. One of those two things is gonna happen. But now here's something, now that it's been open for a couple of months at this point, have you been? Because I know people who have been, and if you have been, please let me know. Do you think it was worth the price point? And did you have fun? Was it a good experience? For me, I don't know. I think the fact that you can't just freely leave and come back to the resort whenever you want to just go, you know, explore Walt Disney World is kind of a downer for me. You're kind of locked on board the Halcyon for 2 days. But that's just because I'm a free spirit. I love smelling the breeze and the palm trees, the water and the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the musty house in the Haunted Mansion. But I guess I could do that here. With today's sponsor, the Magic Candle Company. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's probably not a good idea to burn candles inside your Halcyon room. I mean, you are in a pressurized spaceship. Probably not a good idea, but room spray is also a very good viable alternative. This one actually smells like the Contemporary, so you can make your futuristic Star Wars hotel smell like a retro-futuristic hotel on Earth in Florida. They have dozens of scents you can choose from ones based on your favorite attractions to your favorite resorts to some that aren't even based on the Disney parks, like there's a Universal one. And this is as close as I've ever been to smelling Universal before. Make sure to visit magiccandlecompany.com and use offer code OFFHAND15 at checkout to save 15% off of your entire order. And remember that the secret Jean Lafitte scent is always on the table. That's the Haunted Candle and the Pirate's Life Candle. Light those at the same time. That's how you unlock it. I don't know what happens. I don't know what ghosts you summon, but stuff happens. That's all I'm gonna say. And a massive thank you to the Magic Candle Company for sponsoring this video. Wow, I can't believe I actually ended up making it onto the Galactic Starcruiser for real. I brought my microphone with me from home to make recording a bit easier, but this is it. This is the real Starcruiser. I actually made it for the end of this video. This is a big surprise, except I'm actually still on the green screen. And I'm still not at the Galactic Starcruiser. I don't know if it's physically responsible to drink 500 blue milks over the course of 2.5 days, or if it's even physically possible for that matter. But all I know is that people get their values worth of things different ways, all right? The people buying into the Starcruiser right now think it's worth the money, and that's fine. I personally don't think it is, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm also not going to drink 500 blue milks. Mint juleps, on the other hand, now that's completely off the table. My record in one trip for like 5 or 6 days, I think, was like 23. So maybe I can bump that up. Maybe I can hit 500 mint juleps if I do a long enough trip and I just chug all day. 500 mint juleps. Now I'm just gonna break my record. I think my record's like 23 or 24. I'm gonna go for 25 on my next visit. Hold me to that. Next time I say I'm going to Disneyland, if you find me at Disneyland, ask me, because I am irresponsible. Was this video about the Starcruiser? I'm just talking about food now. Okay, I'm going for real this time. Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching this video on drinking just a ton of blue milks until you get your money's worth and break even on the Starcruiser. What was the point of this video? Not sure. This was, though, inspired by a TikTok uploaded by user Walrus Carp. Head over there. It's playing right now in the background. Show them some love. Get them with a follow. Like the video. I'm the one who sent you there, and he's the one who sent me to you. Does that make sense? Give them some love. They were the inspiration for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new around here and want more videos like this about maybe the Starcruiser or how many blanks you have to drink to break even on blank. Again, a massive thank you to all of my supporters over at patreon.com/offhanddisney. Even just $1 a month will get you access to most of the perks, like early sneak peeks of videos. That's very, very special. Only the coolest of people get access to that. And of course, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am at offhanddisney on all of those places. Just makes it a whole lot easier for everyone to follow along. And again, thank you all so much for watching this video. And I look forward, and I am very, very excited, I should say, to see you all in the next one. Goodbye.